In this clip I'm going to tie a BSP, bog standard parachute. It's a generic method of tying parachute flies, really. In their simplest form, which is what we're going to do, they have a body only of thread, some tails, and a very durably tied in parachute hackle. So build a bed of thread at the front third or so of the hook. Take some poly yarn, and pull out enough fibers that when they're doubled up they'll make the purse that you want. Loop that poly yarn around the hook, make one wrap of thread around the post, and it's roughly in place. Bind the post down firmly and start winding the thread up and down the post. Supporting the post with your non-tying hand, make touching turns of thread up the post, and then back down in touching turns again. You'll see it gets stiffer the minute you put one wrap of thread on it. Probably the most important thing about the BSP patterns is the way that the hackles are tied in. Make sure the thread is in front of the parachute post. Catch it in with one wrap, just hold it in place, then wrap the thread up the post, catching in the hackle, and back down again. Like that. So you tie the hackle in early, before you tie the rest of the fly, and it's already there to wind at the end of the pattern when you've almost finished. This has only got a thread body, this fly, so we're going to take the thread in touching turns down the shank. Notice that I'm catching in the tag here of the hackle. Having caught in the tag of the hackle, build a thread body down to almost the base of the hook, and we're going to tie in some tails. Use cock hackle, coq de leon, micro fibbets. It's a very versatile pattern. This is a basic format. Tie in some tail fibers, touching turns the thread back to form the abdomen of the fly, and just before you get to the wing post, I'm going to trim off the remainder of those tail fibers. It's optional, because almost everything is optional on this fly, but you can add a small amount of superfine dry fly dubbing to form a neat thorax, and in fact head of the fly for that matter. A couple of wraps behind the post, up to the eye and back, and then make one wrap around the post. Now, it's important to this method that the thread is going around the post before you attempt to wind the hackle. To wind the hackle, hold in hackle pliers and make touching turns of hackle down the post, one below the other. Usually 4 is maximum. This is quite a large pattern. And then make one wrap of thread under the hackle around the post to trap it in place. With the hackle now caught in with one turn of thread, you can trim off the excess. Take our super glue, moisten the thread a fraction, a couple of mils, not too much. 2 wraps of thread around the base of the post, catching in the hackle. Pull tight for 2 seconds, cut off the thread. Check if we've got any fibres that were caught up in that whip finish. Did quite well with that one. Trim the post to size. Clip out the odd fibre that's giving a problem here on the wing. And there you have a bog standard parachute dry fly. This fly pattern, what I call a BSP, bog standard parachute, can be changed almost infinitely. Different materials, different tails, different colours, bright posts, but it offers an extremely easy to tie, quick, very durable and imitative mayfly pattern that can be used to copy probably any adult mayfly you can imagine. And it is actually the mainstay of all the parachute flies I used as guide flies. And it's durable and effective.